The air hummed with anticipation as the group gathered, a shared purpose knitting their expressions together. Today, they would delve into the vast, intricate tapestry of American history. But where to begin? The question hung in the air, tangible as the dust motes dancing in the rays of sunlight. One topic, someone suggested, their voice cutting through the hushed uncertainty. What is the single most important event or person? Anyone have a strong opinion? A murmur went through the small circle. Ideas flickered, then died. What about the American presidents? Came a hesitant suggestion, followed by a spark of conviction. If we understand the presidents, we can trace the nation's story, can't we? Starting from the very first, George Washington, who led us to victory in the Revolutionary War, the father of our country. Then Abraham Lincoln, the 16th, who tore down the institution of slavery during the Civil War, a true symbol of liberal democracy. And John F. Kennedy, the 35th, his vision, his challenge. As the names rolled off the tongue, painting portraits of leadership and pivotal moments, enthusiasm grew. They could map the nation's soul through the eyes of its leaders. But, over 40 presidents, a voice interjected, tinged with dismay. Is it really that many? That sounds exhausting. Like trying to drink from a fire hose. We'd never finish. A collective sigh escaped the group. The path seemed too long, too convoluted. Okay, the first speaker conceded, rubbing their temples. Presidents are too broad. What about a war? Wars are defining moments, right? The Revolutionary War that birthed the nation, the Civil War that nearly tore it asunder, World Wars I and II that reshaped the world stage, they changed everything. This idea held promise for a moment. Then, a dissenting voice cut in, soft but firm. I don't know, wars. It's still about fighting, about loss. Doesn't feel quite right. Another suggestion surfaced, darker perhaps. What about the aftermath? After World War I, there was the Great Depression. People's lives changed forever. We could explore that shift. A wave of unease rippled through the group. That sounds really hard, someone murmured. The specter of widespread suffering felt too heavy, too bleak for their current mood. Just as the discussion threatened to stall, a new idea sparked, bright and compelling. What if we go further back? Before presidents, before the Civil War, even before the Revolutionary War, what about the very beginning? The moment America, well, the continent that would become America, was first found? Eyes widened. Columbus, someone breathed, the name conjuring a wealth of associations. Yes. Christopher Columbus, the proposer exclaimed, eyes gleaming with newfound direction. Imagine starting right there, at the dawn of it all. Shifting the viewpoint, what was it like before? What happened when? And what did it mean for those already here? Ah, I know Columbus very well, another chimed in, clearly intrigued. That adds a layer. His perspective, the European perspective, but also, the perspective of the people whose land he discovered. That's a powerful angle. A murmur of agreement rippled through the group. This felt right. This offered a manageable entry point, a story with clear beginnings, epic voyages, and profound, lasting consequences. Great, the leader declared, seizing the moment. Let's make it official. Our topic is Christopher Columbus and the dawn of European contact. And the plan? We gather information, data, stories, perspectives from everyone. We build this narrative together. Yes, "Sir," came the enthusiastic reply, a collective nod affirming their decision. The air crackled with anticipation. Music swells, creating an atmosphere of anticipation and mystery, then, a sudden, jarring sound. Woof! Music shifts abruptly, becoming slightly tense or whimsical. The room fell silent, all eyes momentarily darting around as if searching for the source of the unexpected canine intrusion. A small, furry creature, perhaps a terrier with too much energy, might have caused such a disruption in another context, but here, it sounded strangely out of place, like a misplaced sound effect in a historical drama. Music suddenly shifts again, perhaps to a more exotic or unfamiliar sound, then, a series of strange, disconnected sounds filled the air. Foreign. The word hung there, heavy and undefined. It felt like a fragment of a thought, a whisper from the past, echoing the strangeness of encountering the unknown. Music swells again, dramatic and building, so, like hesitant steps on a vast, unexplored landscape. Silence followed, broken only by the faint echo of the previous sounds, lingering in the corners of the room like unanswered questions. Applause erupts, warm and encouraging, perhaps unexpected. Suddenly, the silence was shattered, not by confusion, but by applause. Warm, genuine applause, as if the group had just witnessed something profound, something they hadn't expected. It hung in the air, a moment of shared realization. Music returns, perhaps slightly bewildered but hopeful. "What?" someone murmured, looking around, slightly dazed. The jarring sounds, the strange words, the unexpected applause, it was a confusing sequence. "Oh," another breathed, recognition dawning in their eyes. Perhaps they understood the significance of the sounds, the layers of meaning beneath the surface. Music changes again, perhaps reflective or resolving. Music fades, leaving a sense of intrigue. "Wow," came a collective breath, a shared expression of wonder and perhaps a touch of bewilderment. The unexpected sounds had served as a strange, yet effective, launch pad for their discussion, grounding the grand topic of Columbus in the immediate, tangible experience of the room. It was as if the very history they were about to uncover was whispering to them, using its own unique, sometimes baffling, language. "You know," someone began, a spark in their voice mirroring the spark of the initial idea, "that was something else." "But yes, Columbus. Let's dive in. What can you tell us about that moment in history?"